All right, guys, Coach Bryce here, coming from CrossFit West Oahu. This is my review of the Amazon Halo Fitness Tracker. If you didn't see my preview of the fitness tracker when I got it, check that video out. I've been wearing this thing for about 3 weeks now, and it's been tracking all my activity. Been trying to use some of the features and see what they see how they feel. If I like them, if I feel like they work, and if it's motivating me to do any more extra activity, because really a fitness tracker needs to be not just tracking your fitness, but kind of keeping you accountable and driving you to do a little bit more. I also compared a little bit to the Whoop strap. This is what I was wearing from, I got this just shy of probably about a year ago, and I wore it for about 5 months. I didn't even make the 6 months. But kind of give you some comparison with the two, what I think this thing versus this. First off, let's just go over the fit. So it is 5 grams heavier than the Whoop, but negligible, right? It's lighter than most watches. Initially it came in, I noticed it was kind of narrow, so you see how much narrower it is than the, it's almost half again, a quarter of the size of the Whoop strap. And I kind of like the thicker bands, but I actually it's not a watch. And so when you have this big thing on your wrist, you tend to look at it, kind of hoping it's going to tell you the time. The smaller it is, the better it's going to be, the less you notice it. I've had a couple people ask me about the fit versus the Whoop because they feel like this is too big, especially the ladies. While the weight is about the same, I think it was 20 grams for the Whoop, 25 for the Amazon. The big thing is the size of the sensor, okay? As you can see, and I'll take this sensor off, this thing comes off the band pretty easy. We're going to talk about the bands in a little bit too. This is the size difference, okay? So even though this is a little bit heavier, it's quite a bit smaller, right? They sit at about the same height, okay? Actually, the Whoop has a little bigger arc. It's sitting up a little bit higher, but maybe when it's on the band, with the band, it's all about the same as far as height. However, you can see this on my wrist. It doesn't even block my whole wrist. It's not coming all the way across. Where the Whoop, it comes almost 3/4 of my wrist. Now, if you're a woman, you have the same size sensor. I know my girl, hers is slightly raised at one side because she's got skinny wrists. So if you are a petite person, male or female, this thing's going to fit you a lot better, okay? And then also with the decreased thickness of bands and the sensor itself, you're going to notice it a lot less. People are going to notice it a lot less because let's face it, it doesn't tell time. It's kind of silly. Also, if you've had this for any amount of time, these bands suck. They do not last. This band, on the other hand, it has the Velcro. Don't know how long the Velcro is going to last because obviously I've only had it 3 weeks, but you could pull it as tight as you want. And it doesn't loosen. I haven't had it loosen. I put it on just comfortably, not too tight, not too loose, and it reads every time. Also, taking it on and off to charge it, it's actually kind of nice to take it off once in a while instead of dealing with that little slide cover for the Whoop. It charges probably in less than an hour, so I kind of take it off at night. Once I eat dinner, taking a shower or whatnot, I'll take it off, charge it every few days. I've had to charge it in 3 weeks. I think I took it off twice. So let's say every 5 days or so, you have to charge it. So I definitely like the size, the profile, and the band better. Just for shits, I kind of looked at Amazon to see if they were selling bands. They're already selling bands for it. It's not even out yet. They haven't even fully released this strap. I know the bands for the Whoop are something like $35. And there's 2 options. There's the elastic ones, and then the nicer styled ones that have colors and stuff. they're not stretchy, so it's even harder to adjust it. And once they get wet, all kinds of shit happens. I ordered a sport band for this because this is just their fabric band. The sport band looked like it was plastic, rubber, whatever. So it probably doesn't take water. But I don't know how it's going to feel. It's going to be like a rubber watch, kind of like a G-Shock band. So it might be more like watch-like. And it's got little holes, pretty stylish looking. And they had a ton of colors. Difference is, this is $35 for a band. It's going to take you at least a week or two to get it. I'm assuming Amazon, seeing it's coming from Amazon, you're going to have it in 2 or 3 days. I think I ordered it about 20 minutes ago. It'll probably be here in a couple days. $15 for the bands, okay? So huge difference there if you're going to want to accessorize and match your outfit. So, okay. Features. The features it doesn't have is the heart rate variability, which a lot of people, they say that's what the real thing about the Whoop is. It tells you if you're recovered or not. I think that's great if you're a professional athlete. Unfortunately, 99.9% of you aren't professional athletes. Odds are you have a job, and either before or after your job, you go to the gym on a set schedule. Whether this stupid band's going to tell you that you're recovered or not, doesn't really matter. You're going to go to the gym anyway. You're probably going to go by feeling. Yesterday I was feeling pretty shitty. I woke up, my heart rate was elevated. That's always been the standard for figuring out if you were overtrained, undertrained, or there's no really such thing as overtrained, undertrained. There's such thing as under-rested. That's it. There's rested, there's under-rested, or under-recovered. Typically, the heart rate, that's a good way to tell you if you are not recovered from the previous day and whether you should take it easier. So with that said, I was going to work out today anyway, or yesterday anyway, and I did. I pushed hard, and if you see my scores on the strap, I did 105 points on Monday, 98 points on Tuesday. I did not get good sleep. I got 5 hours of sleep. It was not the best sleep, and the app told me that. The next day, Wednesday, I still did 100 and something, 102, 105 points. Did it feel great to push? Not really. Did I push anyway? Yeah. Do I feel fine today after a little bit better night's sleep? I feel better. But my point is that heart rate variability, I don't think it's needed. You're not a professional athlete. You're not going to look at your phone and say, oh, it's telling me that I'm under recovered and I need a little bit more rest and I should take a nap. You're probably at work, you can't take a nap, probably get fired, and that's a lot worse in your recovery than working out a little tired. The heart rate, hit that heart rate button. It's going to tell you what your beats per minute are. Right now, because I'm doing this show, 70 beats per minute. Typically, I'm in the mid-50s when I'm resting, right? My resting heart rate somewhere around low 50s, low mid-50s. When you wake up in the morning, if you know what your heart rate is, and it's pretty easy, just pop it on, turn it on, look at it. You're going to get a baseline. It'd be nice if they could kind of add that, maybe add that feature. Your morning wake-up heart rate would be a great one. And that would kind of tell you if you're recovered or not once you get a baseline. And as you get fitter, that baseline should go down, right? Pretty much everything that this thing tells you just gives you way more data and gives you multiple ways to look at it. So like my sleep, it gives me the little, the up-down, whatever you want to call that graph. And then it breaks it down into seconds where time asleep, time in bed, REM sleep, light sleep, deep sleep, time to fall asleep, time awake, disturbances, sleep efficiency, and even sleep temperature. This is way more than the Whoop strap gave me. And just by kind of looking at those things, you can tell why your sleep last night was good or bad, and probably how you feel as well. So their sleep function's definitely better. Activities, they do the same thing. It gives you your heart rate and gives you a list of all your activities in a day. So as you can see, it just gives you a list of all your activities. And actually, you could just keep going back until, let's see, it's giving me Monday, the whole week. So you could scroll back the whole week. I can also, at a click of a button, it sends me back into last week, and all of a sudden, boom, all that information from last week is up, and quick. That's the big thing. I don't have to kind of search around for any of this stuff. It's right where you think it should be. So great job on that. And then it's breaking down your weekly activity into intense moderate, light, sedentary, and it gives you all your seconds on that. Resting, average heart rate, max heart rate, average steps a day, average calories a day. It's got it all averaged out. You don't have to look at a graph. Unless you want to look at a graph, then you just click on the graph and it'll break it down into each day, which is awesome. Just way more data by clicking a couple things. It just gets deeper and deeper as you go. Another thing I like about the activities, okay, for all you people that are at home, which is like everybody now is working out from home, you're not going to a gym, maybe you're having trouble with programming or something. This thing has what's called labs that you can start. And this isn't just on workouts, it's on sleep habits, healthy habits. Basically everything this thing tracks, how to do it better, and kind of giving you little workouts to do that. There's breathing apps, or labs they call them. There's breathing labs, all kinds of stuff. But the big thing is the activity. So if you're following a program, maybe at your gym, you're still going to the gym, or maybe you're paying somebody for one, that's great. If not, this thing has them. If you're into Orange Theory, whatever Orange Theory's theory is, they have an Orange Theory track. So you could basically get free programming from Orange Theory. If you actually want to get in shape, you can hit up, there is street parking. So for those of you doing CrossFit, you've probably heard of Miranda Oldroy. She's been to the games multiple times, her and her husband. Great program. A lot of people pay to follow that. There is a street parking program on here that it's right there, and you don't have to go to something else. You start the lab, and every day it's going to give you a different workout. You keep following it, and it's going to track that even more than your regular data because it knows exactly what you did. It's going to compare data to other people as well. So that's really awesome. I'll tell you a few other ones that are on this. Besides street parking and Orange Theory, we've got Open Fit, which is a yoga class. There was a breathing one, not sure what that was called. Can't really find it this second. You've got, let's see, cardio, Orange Theory, bar class. Yoga is Open Fit. Maybe there's other yogas in here. Outdoor stuff, Active for running. This is all right in here, guys, built in. Sweat for circuit training. So all sorts, and I'm sure it's just going to get more and more labs as they go. You've got labs for falling asleep faster. You've got labs for better sleep quality, staying asleep, sleep length, all sorts of stuff. So I'm sure that stuff's like, I didn't get into the sleep stuff. It's probably like working on cutting down external light sources, internal little LED lights, stuff like that, noises. I know one of them is soothing noises to go to sleep. That'll help you fall asleep faster and get into a deeper sleep. All that stuff's pretty cool. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. You're going to find out what works for you because it's going to track it. And because it's integrated in the system, it's going to track it really well. The body scan, I did it. Okay, I did the body scan on day 1 and I did it a week later. I didn't lose any weight in that week. It actually says I gained 0.2% body fat. That's not really cool, man. You know, it's not cool. So I still can't say if that body scan works. It's going to take a few times to see how accurate that really is. And then the tone thing. This thing will listen to you. So there's a little button on the side. You press it a couple times. It'll turn the tone feature on. And then let's say you're giving a meeting or something. And you walk in, you give your pitch, and the person's kind of like, oh, yeah, okay, thank you. I'll call you. Don't call me. And you're like, man, what the hell happened? You look at your little results from your tone, and it says, oh, you came off as kind of irritated. Okay, you're probably not going to make that sale. Or maybe you're doing a podcast on a Halo strap, and you're like, hey, do I sound like a fucking idiot? Do I sound like a robot? I should have been running it right now. In fact, I'm going to turn that bad boy on. Let's see how easy this thing is to turn on. Yep. The button's recessed in there pretty well so that you can't accidentally hit it, I guess. The only thing I don't like is the goals. It gives you a 150-point goal, supposedly by the American Heart Association, says 150, what it is 150 minutes a week of moderate activity will lead to a healthy life. That's bullshit. If you're at 150, you probably sat on the couch, you got up a couple times, maybe you don't have a desk job and you walk around a little bit. It is not sufficient. I couldn't hit 20 something points a day if you cut my legs off. That needs to be way higher. If you're using this for fitness and not just as a fucking step tracker, which if you're using it for a step tracker, get a step tracker. It's way easier. You don't have to have an app. Maybe you're using it for the sleep, the tone, and the body scan. Okay, you should be using it for activity. Everybody's fat. You need to get into shape. 150 points is a joke. This thing needs to be a minimum of 250 to 300 for the average person to want to call themselves living a healthy lifestyle. This is Wednesday. I'm 312 points in. I'm doing 100 points a day. Now I know that's excessive and I have a super active job, but I've been hitting last week 482 last week, and then the first week 526. So we're averaging 500 a week. That's probably not going to change. I don't do a damn thing on Sunday. I probably got my, actually we're going to find out right here. Yeah, I'm right at like 20 something points, 21, 22 points on Sunday. I didn't do anything. I don't think I got off the couch, and I basically hit the goal for the American Heart Association. They need to change that, okay? So Amazon needs to either not call 150 good, they need to go up, or give us a way to adjust that. When you do hit the 150, it just bumps you up to 300, says your next goal is 300, and that's fine. But I'd like to set my goal. Like if I did 482 last week, I want to hit 500 this week, or maybe I want to cap it at 450 because maybe I'm too tired. I'm not recovering for the next week. We could kind of play with that where if I could set it daily or set it weekly, that'd be kind of awesome. Another thing I'd like to see that I do like about Whoop, Whoop gave us the team thing a couple months in to our, when it came out, and it allowed you to connect with people. So we connected with there's like a dozen people from the gym on that, and then you could see who's working harder, basically, who has a harder day job, who's working harder on a workout, who recovers better, who's got a lower resting heart rate, all that stuff. That was kind of cool to see other people to kind of connect. And then that's also going to push, it's going to push you way harder if you know, your 72-year-old mom just came in and did CrossFit a couple hours ago, and she's cranking out 70 or 60 points a day, and you're cranking out 30. That'd be a great one. What else? I'll put some stills up, put a little more info, maybe I'll do a body scan right now, and I'll punch that in right here.
Relax and hold this pose for the entire scan. Now turn right and face sideways. Now turn and face backwards. Turn right and face sideways again.
Besides that, I'm not sure what else I could say about this thing. So far, I really like it. It's motivating me to actually do more work because I'll look at this thing and if it says I'm in the 70s and I'm about to leave the gym to go home, that's actually what started my Echo Bike, my daily Echo Bike run is that I looked at it one day, I was at like 67. I'm like, hell no, that's not enough. I did crank that out. That gave me 8 to 10 points, something like that. And all of a sudden I'm in the mid 70s. But it's definitely motivating me to do more work, which is great. And I'm working out. Normally I would mostly take Saturday off, maybe an active rest day. But now on Saturdays, I'm going to the beach pretty much every week. And I'm at the beach, I'm like, ooh, let's get some points on the board. I'm swimming, I'm snorkeling, I'm stand-up paddleboarding. And that's creating a better active rest day which is actually making me feel a lot better to hit the week hard. Because again, I come in here Monday through Friday, I'm working out. It doesn't matter how tired I am, I'm gonna work out. The price of this unit is gonna be $99.99 or something like that, $99 when it comes out. Whoop strap, I think it's 35 bucks. Or they send you the strap for free. It's $35 a month, 6-month commitment. Okay, 6-month commitment at 35. I'm not gonna do the math. It's 200 and something dollars. This is 100 bucks. It's free for the first 6 months. You've already saved quite a bit of money right there. Unlike my Whoop strap, I stopped using it 5 months in, just so I wouldn't forget to cancel it and to get charged another 30 whatever dollars it is. If I forget to cancel this because I'm not using it, it's $4, okay? Not only that, it's on Amazon. It's way easier to cancel. But on top of that, for $4, I'm probably gonna keep this thing on way longer. Even if I stop using the activity features, I'm probably gonna keep it on. I'll probably still look at it, check my heart rate, all that good stuff. But I also see myself using this a lot longer because I like the interface better. That's about it, guys. Any questions, comments, throw them in the comment section. Check out the previous video and all our other videos. Hit up CrossFitWestOahu.com, buy some shirts, and that's about it. Later.